When you go to a gallery or a museum or a football match or a rock festival, we have very specific expectations of that environment, and sometimes they're quite narrow expectations. It's a conditioned process in the way that we respond to certain environments. So my role as an artist, I feel, is about questioning that and trying to change that and change the way we might experience, or asking the audience to say, well, no, experience can be much broader than that. And, you know, we're sort of railroaded into having these defined experiences, but there's no reason why, you know, a notion or idea of experience can't break outside those parameters. We're dealing with the ability to access the work and influence the sculpture through an online presence. But we're not presenting it as an online presence. So what we're actually doing is we're taking that data and reforming it into a three-dimensional, sort of a virtual, real space with a real organism and a real consumer. So in a way, we're sort of doing a full 360. We're bringing it back to having what would appear as almost an artifact for a museum. But of course, it is completely digital. Its presence is completely digital. So it's a reformation of data back to a three-dimensional presence, to have a three-dimensional presence as opposed to a screen presence. Most people will walk through the museum and see a lot of static objects with a lot of description about what that object is, how it functioned, what it's made of. Whereas when they come across this work, it's unidentifiable. It's not something that you can explain. So it's in contrast to how you might present an artifact in a museum. It's a moving kinetic piece, so it has this presence that it's living. Once again, that's in contrast to all the other objects that exist in the museum. That expectation of what you expect from a museum will, I think, pose specific questions to the audience. The audience will have to start making up some of their own decisions about what it might be. And for me, that's the real purpose in the work, is how you transfer the creativity back to the audience to interpret. What is it? Why is it here? What does it do? Why is someone, you know, all those, the why question is the most important question, I think, that you can get from an audience. So in every way, we've sort of really pushed for change, I guess, in the way this occupies the museum and the sort of experience that an audience will have with it.